was in terms of what we're witnessing in Parliament when it comes to the voting of the debate that has been happening before the House. Members of the Parliament have been able to ventilate on the special motion brought by Bumula Member of Parliament in regards to the impeachment of Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Linturi. We're keeping a close eye on that, as well as the flood situations in the country. So stick around for the next 1 hour or so to get the latest here and beyond our borders, and talk to us on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 1. And I want to start off with some change of guards that have just been implemented in the Kenya Defence Forces, where His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Forces, pursuant to Section 92A of the Kenya Defence Forces Act, has promoted Lieutenant General Charles Muriu Kahiri to the rank of a general and appointed him the Chief of the Defence Forces. Now, the President has also promoted Major General John Mugaravi Omenda to the rank of Lieutenant, to the rank of to the rank of a Lieutenant General, and appointed him as his Vice Chief of Defence Forces until his appointment. The Lieutenant General John Omenda was the Kenya Air Force Commander. Also, further, the President has posted Major General Fatuma Gaiti Ahmed to the Kenya Air Force and appointed her the Commander. Those are the changes in respect to what is happening in the Kenya Defence Forces. But quickly, I want to take you back to the corridors of the Augusta House, where the members were voting on this particular special motion in regards to the impeachment of Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Linturi. Let's go back there and listen in.
Electronic voting is as follows. Order, Honorable Mbadi. You are lucky the bars are drawn. You would have walked out. The results of the vote are as follows. Ayes 149. Order, the noes 36. Abstentions 3. The threshold required to carry the vote is 117. So the vote is carried. The ayes have it. Order. Take your seats. Order. Order. Order, honorable members. Honorable members. I have a short communication. Following the resolution of the special motion, order. Order, honorable members. Following the resolution of the special motion under order number 13 relating the removal of Honorable Franklin Mithika Linturi from the office of the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development pursuant to Article 152(6) of the Constitution, I wish to guide the House on the next process as envisaged in the Constitution and our standing orders. Honorable members, Article 152(7) of the Constitution requires that, and I quote, if a motion under Clause 6 is supported by at least 1/3 of the members of the National Assembly, the Assembly shall appoint a select committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter, and the select committee shall within 10 days report to the Assembly whether it finds the allegations against the Cabinet Secretary to be substantiated. As you can see, honorable members, the Constitution is unequivocal in the procedure to be followed after a decision is made by the House at each stage of the process. The next step to be taken, therefore, is the appointment of members to a select committee to investigate the matter. Honorable members, in this regard, I hereby direct that the parliamentary parties in the House expeditiously nominate members to serve in the select committee and submit the names to the office of the Speaker for onward transmission to the Committee on Selection. Thereafter, the Committee on Selection ought to expedite its consideration of the names and bring the relevant motion to the House for approval so as to commence consideration of this matter. For clarity, and in line with the communication issued on Wednesday, 25th October 2023, relating to the leadership in the House, membership of the Select Committee will be distributed as follows. The Majority Party, 6. The Minority Party, 4. Jubilee Party, 1. In nominating the members, parties are to ensure that the nominees to the committee reflect the diversity of the House, including regional and gender considerations. I hasten to remind the House that the process envisaged under Article 152(7) is quasi-judicial in nature. The process is an important component of the accountability and oversight frameworks provided in the Constitution and requires not only diligence and conscientious but also greater thresholds of impartiality, fairness, integrity, and independence in the performance of this function. Order. In conclusion, honourable members, it should be noted, as stated above, that the Constitution requires the Select Committee to conduct investigations and report back within 10 days. In this regard, the parties should provide to me the names of their nominees not later than today, Thursday, 2nd May 2024, and to be precise, I need those names before 1:45. Thereafter, the House will sit to consider the nominees to the Select Committee during the afternoon sitting. The committee selected is not the committee of the Speaker or the majority or minority leaders, is the committee of the House. So the names once brought, we will subject them to a vote by the House, and thereafter we'll give further direction to the committee on how they'll conduct the matter. Order. The bars can now be withdrawn. Order clarification. Once the names come to Mr. Speaker, they will not be routed through Selections Committee. That was a mistake in the communication. Once they get to the Speaker, I'll then instruct the clerk to include them in the afternoon order paper, whereafter we'll come, and I'll limit that motion to the majority leader moving, the minority leader seconding, so that we can save time and move to other businesses that are pending. You may now be upstanding.
And there you have it. It has moved to the next stage where it is the formation of a select committee members. You know that Article 152(6) all the way to 10 of the Constitution guides this particular procedures when it comes to the impeachment of a cabinet secretary who is a state officer. What we can confirm to you that Parliament has approved the formation of a committee with 149 members of Parliament voting in favour of the formation of the committee. 36 have objected, but only 3 have been able to abstain from that particular motion. Now, the next stage is the composition of this particular committee, where the Speaker has directed that they must have 6 names from the majority, 4 from the minority, and the Jubilee Party shall bring a representative. Now, while considering the members of this particular select committee, they have also been informed to consider regional gender to be considered when it comes to the formation of these committees. And once they come up with those lists, the Speaker says his office must be in receipt of these names by at least 1:45 p.m. and the clerk has been directed to also include it in the order paper in the afternoon session, where they're expected to debate those names and vote on them. Now, in this particular procedure, yesterday in the story that we highlighted for you in terms of the procedures that Parliament will be able to follow upon, is that in that particular select committee, they'll be having only 10 days to investigate the impeachment motion before the House and, of course, substantiated some of the claims that Bumula Member of Parliament who made those allegations and tabled this motion before the House. Once they conclude, Linturi will not have a chance to speak, of course, in the committee, given that he's being investigated. The only time he'll be able to come up before the members and defend his stance is when that particular report will be brought to the floor of the House. That is the time that Linturi will have a chance to, of course, make his case before a plenary session, and then they will vote on it. Remember, they require at least 175 members for the president to consider dismissing the cabinet secretary. So we're keeping an eye on that, and we'll have more for you in our subsequent bulletins. Let's come back here to the studio and look at the status update of what is happening in terms of floods, where 188 people have lost their lives, 125 injured, 90 missing, 296 displaced, 1,967 schools have been affected by the ongoing floods in 28 counties. In the latest statistics on the devastation caused by the floods, the Ministry of Interior says that they have embarked on an assessment of 192 dams identified as a high risk, even as they warned of growing humanitarian need for food, medical kits and non-food items to the affected families as the search and rescue efforts continue in Nairobi, Kirinyaga, Homa Bay and Tana River. This comes as 2 more people lost their lives after a toilet collapsed at their home in Matungulu, home of Machakos County, following heavy rains.
A grandmother and her grandson have died in Matungulu, Machakos County after a toilet collapsed on them on Wednesday. The local administration says the toilet stability could have been weakened by the rains.
If you come across a weak area or a facility like a toilet or a public facility which is weak, we should give early warning.
Well, we do apologize for that particular technical glitch. That story was done by Irene Muchuma, giving us a status update on what is happening on the flood situation, with a weatherman warning that the rains will continue. Once we do get that particular story once more, we'll be airing it. Elsewhere, the Ministry of Health has rolled out a headcount exercise to weed out ghost workers across all its departments. According to the Medical Service Principal Secretary Harikim Tai, some staff in his department do not report to work despite being in the payroll. Otherwise are said to have taken up other jobs in non-governmental organizations while still being paid by the ministry. This, he says, has affected productivity, with other staff forced to work extra to cover up for the ghost workers.
Even the 1,000 that is supposed to be in MOH here, State Department for Medical Services, we don't see them. Yet, you are supposed to be working, sharing this work. Some people are overburdened with a lot of work, yet others are earning salary and doing whatever they are doing wherever they are. We have officers who are in our payroll, but working in the NGO. We are paying somebody who is being paid somewhere or earning some allowances somewhere. We've had cases where people have been dismissed. They are not aware because they moved a long time ago. And as on our records, we still feel they are still in our payslip. Now, when you send a dismissal letter to them, they tell you, what is this about? Me, I moved on a long time ago. Update your records.
And in other news, Kenyans have been challenged to embrace artificial intelligence to fit in the changing world. Representatives of local corporates who attend free artificial intelligence training at Langata Gravity CBC Center encouraged Kenyans to visit search centers to keep abreast with the digital world. They said the digital technology was quickly becoming the next pillar of economic development.
They have learned a lot. We have got extremely great feedback, especially on the exposure of artificial intelligence and the impact AI is having or will have on education.
There's also an amazing center which is being launched today. That's the AI Center. And the AI Center is actually an experiential center using digital tools. And we've got to experience. For instance, you actually learn mathematics through gamification.
So I was very excited to learn a lot of electrical work, a lot of plumbing. At least now, even for me, I can do some few adjustments on my tap. And I would really encourage the parents to come and learn.
Now, this generation is not aspiring to be better than their parents, but they want to become problem solvers. So all they need is a lead onto areas that have not been resolved in terms of solutions.
Yeah, the children is an active participant in the running process. We are not just demonstrating.
Well, from those stories, let's head over now to our top story this particular afternoon. Is about focusing on the flood situation here in the country. And of course, we've just gotten a status update from our reporter Irene Muchuma in her package that 188 people have lost their lives, with 125 injured, 90 missing, 296 others displaced. Now let's get a live update from our reporter, that is Timothy Kipnusu, in a riparian land relocation. Timothy, good afternoon and good to see you. What more can you tell us? What is the status update of the current region you are in now?
To you live from Budalangi area in Njiro sub-county. Of course, Kasarani conducting an exercise, letting people as in they are experience.
Well, we apologize for that particular technical glitch. We're trying to link up with our reporter Timothy Kipnusu, who is in Njiro Kasarani constituency, to bring us up to speed with the current situation there. You do know that the floods have greatly affected and impacted the capital more so. Of course, with the latest statistics coming in that unfortunately we have lost 188 people so far. And of course, the National Disaster Committee is also focused on that, led by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, trying to ensure that some of these situations have been addressed, especially here in the capital and many other parts of the country that are experiencing these torrential floods. Elsewhere, residents from Kiome, Than and Mwingi West have lauded the government for helping families of victims of the IED explosion in Elwak to ferry their loved ones' bodies to Nairobi. The families who lost their loved ones in Elwak, Mandera County in the IED explosion have pleaded with the government to help them foot the burial expenses. Now, they also are asking the government to bring their in Mandera Hospital to ensure, as well as closer to their families. 6 of those who lost their lives are from Mwingi constituency and 2 from Mwingi West.
Wakati huo na kuna mmoja alikufa leo Wajia. Saa hizi tunaongea, alikuwa alikuwa ameenda hospitali Wajia, lakini amekufa usiku ya leo. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni yale ambayo tulipata wakati huo, na tukaanza kulia kwa serikali tupate usaidizi.
Now, once more, I want to take you live to the corridors of the August House in terms of a joint committee session of the National and the Senate Health Committee, where they're meeting cabinet secretaries, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Labour, the Ministry of Treasury and the unions in terms of the ongoing doctor strike that has lasted for over a month now. Let's get to listen in to the proceedings that are ongoing at County Hall in Parliament.
Agreements, one of them being the Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers, Kenya Union of Pharmaceutical Technologies, Kenya Environmental Health and Public Health Practitioners Union, and the Kenya Union of Nutritionists. And our submission chair, the 4 have also issued strike notices, and conciliators have been appointed to deal with the matter following the notices. as to whether they are deserving of recognition shall be determined during the conciliation. But before the strike notices, the 4 unions had not reported any dispute of recognition to the Ministry of Labour.
Chair, on a point of order, so on the issue of laboratory workers, if I got my brother Nyakundi very well, so you don't have a recognition agreement, or what was the process?
Through the chair?
Yes, through the chair, sorry, through the chair.
One of the issues of the strike notice that we issued is that both levels of government refused to sign a recognition agreement with the union. And in this case, we are saying that we requested this recognition agreement in 2020. To date.
Well, of course, those are the sessions that are ongoing at the county hall in terms of the ongoing health workers strike, I should say, with the doctors, of course, lasting most outside in terms of the industrial strike that has lasted for over a month now. We do understand also the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers are present for that particular session, and we'll duly inform you in our subsequent bulletins. In other news now, a section of women who engage in manual domestic chores in Korogosho, commonly known as Mama Fua, has urged the government to put modalities that will help them in their job security. Speaking in Korogosho, Restoring Dignity offices, the women narrated the ordeal they go through in line of duty, among them sexual harassment, withholding of their dues. Restoring Dignity and the Shafka organization donated foodstuff to the women, urging them to register as an organization to help them agitate for their rights.
Ambao wanatambulika, hawa ni wale ambao watambuliki. Tutakuwa na at least association ambayo inajali maslahi yao. Kama ni pengine at some point watakuwa nakaa chini na discuss zile changamoto ambazo wamepitia, na pia za kujua suluhisho, how to handle such situations.
Sasa wakina mama ambao tunapitia kwa hii kufua, tunapitia changamoto kubwa, na wale watu wananyanyasha, wanakupea kazi mingi. Hii umefua na kuambia ijangara, rudisha kwa maji, osha vizuri tena ingare, na wewe umechoka na saa zingine umetoka kwa nyumba hujakula chochote.
Pato yenye tunapewa kwa kufua nguo wa mama wa kufua, hiyo pesa iko chini sana. Ningeomba serikali iangazie wa mama, pesa iwekwe, kama ukienda kufanya kazi tuwe kama wafanyikazi wengine. Tusitengwe ati hawa ni wa kufua wanapewa shilingi 200. Ningeomba serikali iweke pesa kufua nguo, mtu akienda ikuwe ni shilingi 500 na pesa juu.
Well, it is exactly 28 minutes past the hour. We need to take our first commercial break, but don't go too far. We still have more events coming up for you in terms of what is happening here in the country and beyond our borders. More so, we'll be keeping an eye on what is happening at State House Nairobi, where we do understand a presidential event is about to start. Don't go too far.
Yes, you have his eyes.
He does not know you're here.
But truly, we cannot harm Mr. Kaik.
You think?
That will be breaking the law.
How do you think J&J was built?
Alice, if anything happens to me...
You'll what?
I will hound you from 6 feet under.
You had only one job, George.
Wacha kunichekesha hivyo, my ribs still hurts.
You should be grateful that's the only part of your body that hurts.
1 minute tulikuwa na yeye. The next minute ametoka nje. I didn't know you were coming back today.
Nah, I just came in to hand in my resignation letter.
If it is about the salary, I can talk to your boss.
Not really. It's not about the pay.
Alice really convinced you, huh?
It doesn't look like a very good day for J&J.
He's not alone.
Uko sure kuna Ronald?
Nani mwingine amequit?
Will you tell him or should I, Ronald?
Huyo Kaikara amekuthreaten na nini?
Chef, you agree with Kamene that we are all drafts?
From her point of view,
I can say yes.
How will a blind person read another blind person?
There goes another madman in the making.
Let me just compose myself, Julia. Did this girl just call us Akilidun?
Yeah, Kamene, not everyone is a walkover. You better shape up or ship out.
You want me being featured in your music video, eh? I am telling you that is going to break all records you watch. Hafiz on my zest. Hafiz on my zest.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now I need to take you live to Njiru, where we do understand we've gotten a hold of our reporter Timothy Kipnusu to give us a status update in terms of the flood situation in the area. You remember the government through the cabinet, of course, urged people to move away from riparian land so as to avert many disasters that have been witnessed, especially the recent one coming to mind is the Mai Mahiu situation where we witnessed in Naivasha in Nakuru. But Kipnusu, good afternoon, good to see you. What is the status update in that particular area you're in? Kipnusu, if you can hear me, good afternoon. Give us a status update in Njiru, given that you know the government clearly stated that people who are living in riparian land need to move a little bit further in terms of ensuring their safety. Kipnusu, I can see the situation behind you, but what more can you tell us from the area you're in now?
Very good afternoon to you, my colleague Abdiaziz Hashim there at the broadcasting house. Yes, indeed, coming to you live from Abdiaziz area in Njiru sub-county in Kasarani constituency, where the national government is currently conducting an exercise of evacuating people living along riparian areas. And people are safe, especially this particular time when different areas in the country is experiencing heavy downpour. And as you can see, this is Ngong River, and I'm made to understand team conducting an exercise this particular day that 300 households have been evacuated in this particular place and have been integrated within families in this particular area. Of course, other areas that we will be visiting is Kirima area Vision, and of course we also have areas like Kianda, that is Kayole Junction, and of course we understand Hurlingham area. Those are some of the areas that the team led by the regional commissioner will be visiting to ensure that some of the people that have been given orders to evacuate do so in earnest, so that we experience what we've been seeing in the country, where people defy orders issued by the government in a move just to ensure that they are safe as a people. And of course, from here we are heading to an area by the name of Kenyan, just to ensure also a number of families evacuate that particular area. And in your screen, this is Ngong River, and those are some of the houses where people have already moved and have been integrated with their families. And of course, just a number of residents raising a number of issues just concerning this particular move by the government, just to ensure them that they are safe. And of course, far off at the almost 4 or 5 houses where they have built just along the Ngong River, which poses danger, especially when area flooded by the rainwaters. And of course, we will be visiting a number of areas, and we will update you what are some of the reactions from the people who are going to be evacuated. From me, Timothy Kipnusu, I hand you back to studio, Abdiaziz Hashim.
Thank you so much, Timothy Kipnusu, giving us a status update, especially here in the capital. You do remember what the governor clearly stated yesterday, that is Johnson Sakaja, that out of the 8 rivers, 3 of them have already busted its banks here in the capital. Among them is Ngong and Mathare and Nairobi River. So let's stay safe out there. Now from Jiru, I want to take you live to State House Nairobi, where there is ongoing a ceremony where it is the award of the chapter of Tangaza University and the management of the University of Africa. Of course, the president leading that particular event. I want to take you live there and let's listen in to the proceedings now.
President of the Republic of Kenya, all protocols observed, it gives me great pleasure to be in front of you, Your Excellency, during this occasion when we are bestowing the highest honor of university education status to 2 great institutions which have struggled to ensure that their programs meet the expectations of our nation. We at the Commission for University Education have worked with these institutions throughout different times to ensure that their infrastructure, their human resource capital, and their academic programs meet the expectations of our higher education. We welcome the 2 institutions to the family of university family in Kenya. All these are a manifestation of the commitment of the country to ensure that we create human resource capital of highest quality. To the Management University of Africa and the Tangaza University, I extend my heartfelt congratulations for obeying to work with us throughout the time, some which has been very frustrating, but you now today have reached the pinnacle when His Excellency is awarding you this charter. Your Excellency, thank you very much for accepting to honor this occasion. And we are hoping that you, the Management University of Africa and the Tangaza University, you will live to the standards of the Commission. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency the President, now I would like to read the citation by the Commission for University Education, read by the Secretary to the Commission for University Education. Now, whereas the Government of Kenya wishes to establish the Management University of Africa, situated in Kajiado County, and Tangaza University, situated in Nairobi County in the Republic of Kenya, and whereas the said University Management of Africa and Tangaza University have applied to the Commission for University Education for the grant of charters to provide for the establishment, control, governance, and administration of the universities, and for the connected purposes in the manner prescribed by the Universities Act No. 42 of 2012. And whereas the Commission for University Education has visited and inspected the said institutions, and is satisfied that the objects of the Management University of Africa and Tangaza University are consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya, and whereas the Commission for University Education has submitted draft charters, the text whereof is annexed hereto to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education on the said institutions, and the Cabinet Secretary is satisfied that the Management University of Africa and Tangaza University be granted the charters. Your Excellency, sir, it is now my humble pleasure to invite you to read your citation and award the charters to the Management University of Africa and Tangaza University. Welcome, Your Excellency.
whereas the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Education has submitted to me the charters in respect of Management University of Africa and Tangaza University, together with his recommendation regarding them for my consideration, whereas I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, am satisfied that the grant of the said charters to the respective institutions as recommended will be of significant national benefit through advancement of university education in Kenya. Now, therefore, by this presence, be it known that in exercise of the powers conferred upon me under the Universities Act number 42 of 2012, I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, hereby grant the charters annexed hereto to the Management University of Africa and Tangaza University on this second day of May in the year of the Lord, 2024. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I would like to ask that you kindly remain on stage, and I would like to ask the rest of the members, I would like to ask the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, to please join the President on stage, followed by the PS. And then the Chairman for the Commission for University Education. May I also ask the Chair of the Management University of Africa to please come on this other side. Can he please be followed by the Vice Chancellor? Your Excellency, we would like to transfer the instrument of authority from the universities, beginning with the charter. The charter is the legal document that establishes the university. And then we'll have the maize. Maize, you can see at the top there's a globe, there's a walking stick, there's a flame in the middle, and all this signify the commitment of the university to global education. And then we have the logo of the university, and that helps us recognize Management University at a glance. Thank you very much. And then we have the seal, the seal. And with the seal, the university will be able to recognize documents and make sure they are authenticated. Thank you very much. And then we have the accreditation report. And the accreditation report contains the details of our process of inspection, the strength we found, the weakness we found, and our recommendations. And this will be kept by the university so that they can remember what they committed themselves to. Thank you very much, Management University. I would like to ask the rest who are supporting His Excellency to please remain on the podium so that the Tangaza University can also come. So, Management University, please, you can have your seat. Tangaza University, we can also have the chair of the council, the vice chancellor, and the team that is assisting in moving the instruments around. Please get on stage. Okay, you're there. Thank you very much. Again, we'll do the same thing. We will do the movement of the documents again, Your Excellency. So we begin with the charter. As I said, the charter is the legal document that the university has to be using in implementation of its activities. And then we have the maize. And just like the other one, you can also see, Your Excellency, there's quite a bit of symbolism there. You can see an African drum somewhere at the top. You can see a cross. And this is a commitment by the university that they would like to be centered in Africa. And likewise, you can see it's the same with the logo. It continues with that theme. Thank you, Your Excellency. And then we have the seal. And the seal will be using for the same purpose. Thank you very much. And then we have the accreditation report that also contains the information that we have given the university, including the program that we have accredited. And the university will be using this. And now, Your Excellency, and the team that is assisting, I would like to ask you if you would kindly take your seat, please. Tangaza, please remain on the podium. Tangaza University. No, Your Excellency, you can have your seat. Sorry. It's just Tangaza University for purposes of the installation of the Chancellor. So I'd like to ask the Chancellor designate of Tangaza University to come so that he can be installed. And the installation will take place. They will be assisted by the Vice Chancellor and the Chair of the Council. This installation is by roving, so I'm expecting that Tangaza University. So from today, he becomes the Chancellor of the Tangaza University and will take the responsibility in accordance with the Universities Act and also in accordance with the Charter. They are just making sure that it's perfect. It's a solemn occasion. Thank you very much. I think you can now let me wear the cap. Thank you very much, Tangaza University. And now, Your Excellency, I would like to invite the team that is going to help us move the instruments to the Vice Chancellor. That means the instruments that we've just given here will now be moved from the Chair of the Council to the Chancellor and then to the Vice Chancellor. Please, team, take your positions. In the order, the charter first, the maize, the logo, the seal, and the accreditation report. Your Excellency, it's important that these instruments are passed over to the Vice Chancellor so that now he takes the helm of the university as a fully accredited university. So let's begin with the charter, and we'll move the charter from the chair to the chancellor, and then we move that to the vice chancellor. Asante sana. Then we have the maize, and it takes the same movement from the chair to the chancellor to the vice chancellor. Ongera sana. Thank you very much. You can pass it over now to the team. And then we have, you can just pass it on, the logo. And it goes through the same process. And from now on, it's officially in the hands of the Vice Chancellor, so we can hold him accountable in the universities. We have the seal, and it's passed on in the same motion. So the Vice Chancellor now has the seal. They can be able to authenticate their documents and make sure they are genuine. And finally, the accreditation report. Thank you very much. And that is a document that contains on how we accredited you. That information is there. You can make reference to it. Thank you very much. I would now like to ask you to have your seat so that then we can have the Management University of Africa do the same thing. So I'd like to ask Management University of Africa to come to the podium, take the same position, so that instruments can also move in the same way. In the same way, the same people who are helping in this process, please take your position. But before we do that, we have the Chancellor installed or robed. And so I hope the robe is ready. Management University of Africa. If you looked at their logo, they say they are global. They also have a pen at down at the maize, which I'm told is supposed to mean elegance. So the Chancellor is being robed, and from now on, he becomes the titular head of the university in line with the Universities Act, and of course in line with their charter. So he gets robed. As I said a little bit earlier, it's a solemn moment. They would like to make it perfect. Thank you very much. The Chair of the Council and the Vice Chancellor in a collaboration to make sure that this is done perfectly. Thank you very much. Now, the cap. And from today henceforth, he takes on as the Chancellor of Management University of Africa. Congratulations. I would like to ask now the team that is assisting to follow the same order so that we have the charter first, the person carrying the charter, Management University first, the maize, the logo, the seal, and the accreditation report. Please line up accordingly, and we will have the instruments transferred in the same way that we did for Tangaza University. So let's begin with the charter. Again, as we mentioned, the charter is the legal document that they will be using to run the affairs of the university. And we will be checking to make sure that they adhere to that charter that has just been given by His Excellency the President. And then we have the maize, As I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you look in the middle, you see some kind of a flame, and I'm told that means hope, vision. They want to impact Africa. Thank you very much. And I think you can see the pen I mentioned a little bit earlier. Thank you very much. And the logo. Thank you very much. It's visible. You can see Management University of Africa right there on the logo. If you can just pass it on. Thank you very much. And then the seal. The one that makes sure that all the documents coming from this university, which are sealed, are then authenticated. We can recognize them as legal documents. Congratulations. And then we have the accreditation report. May I now ask everyone else to take their seat except the Vice Chancellor. And I would like the Vice Chancellor of Tangaza University to also join the Vice Chancellor of Management University of Africa. And the reason why I have called you here is because I would like you to take your maize and you lift up to the people and you cause celebration. So if you could just take your maize and then together you raise it up to the people.
Let us now celebrate the full accreditation of these two universities and award charter by His Excellency.
Thank you very much. Would like you to, you can just put them back or just put them back. I will invite now His Excellency the Nuncio to just come and do some dedication of this instrument, Your Excellency.
Namely for Tangaza University and Management University of Africa, the University Charter, the mace, the seal, and the accreditation report, and all those who use these objects for the advancement of your people. Let them always see you as the good surpassing every good, and love their neighbor with upright hearts. We make these prayers through Christ our Lord. Amen. The Lord be with you. May God, who is blessed above all, bless you in all things through Christ, so that whatever happens in your lives will work together for your good. And may Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much. With your permission, Your Excellency, I would now like to invite the Chancellor of Tangaza University to make his remarks, and thereafter the Vice Chancellor will come and read goodwill messages for the university. Chancellor, Tangaza University.
Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. It is with great pleasure and a profound gratitude that I stand here before you today, Your Excellency, sir, to give few remarks about the journey of Tangaza University. Your Excellency, sir, The journey of Tangaza University began on the 7th of December 1984, when the Religious Superiors Association of Kenya, the now RCSK, gave birth to the idea of a theological center for religious. In 1989, Tangaza University College became the legal name replacing Theological Center for Religious. Tangaza College was started with a vision of becoming a university distinguished for academic excellence, service orientation, and a commitment to social transformation according to the gospel values. Tangaza College started with 20 students in the Faculty of Theology. Presently, the student body representing over 40 nationalities has grown to 2,500. The institution now comprises 3 schools: the School of Theology, the School of Education, and the School of Arts and Social Sciences, providing a wide range of academic programs. As we look to the future, Tangaza University mission is to prepare ethical servants and leaders for the church and society in an environment of freedom and responsibility by providing quality education, research and innovation, and community service. Your Excellency, sir, it is my humble promise on behalf of Tangaza University leadership that we shall continue to collaborate with the relevant state agencies in advancing the cause of quality education, research, and innovation. We recognize the critical role that education plays in driving national development and prosperity, and we are committed to working hand in hand with the government of Kenya to produce the next generation of researchers, professionals, and leaders who will impact society positively. As I conclude, Your Excellency, sir, allow me to extend my personal gratitude, that of the entire University of Tangaza fraternity, to you for the award of the Charter. Our appreciation also goes to the Commission for University Education for guiding us through this journey, which was not easy. But with their support and dedication, we are now a university. Thank you all who have supported us through the years. May God bless you abundantly. May God bless Tangaza University. May God bless Kenya.
Vice Chancellor Tangaza University, a few selected messages of goodwill.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Mashogu, CS Education, protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present a number of people who have congratulated us. Most of them are universities. I just want to mention a few of them. There are many of them who have congratulated us on this milestone. We have a congratulatory message from St. Paul's University, Kenya University, KCA University, Baraton University, UMA Universities, ZETEC, University of Kabarak, Strathmore University, AMREF International University, and many others within the country and outside of the country. They are telling us, congratulations, Tangaza University, on attainment of this milestone. Apart from institutions, we have some few important individuals who have congratulated us. Sister Jane Wakaihu, Associate Vice President of Program Operation Head of Catholic Sisters Initiative. She says, hearty congratulations from Conrad Hilton Foundation. From Josephine Kagogo, AOSK Chair. I congratulate Tangaza in advance for this great milestone. Be assured of our support. Director Chemi Chemi, from Sister Loretta Brennan, one of us, dear Professor Mwani and the entire Tangaza, congratulations on receiving the University Charter. The journey to this day has been one of many twists and turns to reach the promised land, but God has been faithful. Congratulations. Thank you.
Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to invite the Chancellor of Management University of Africa to also make his remarks, and thereafter the Vice Chancellor to read some goodwill messages.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Machanga, the CS Education, all protocols observed. Your Excellency, I had a speech and I saw it, but I can't see it here. Therefore, I'll do it freestyle. It will be very brief. Your Excellency, we are a parent of the Kenya Institute of Management. The Kenya Institute of Management this year is celebrating 70 years. It was founded in 1954. It was founded in 1954. And I think it would be unfair for me not to mention some of the stars who led the Kenya Institute of Management, starting with the late Tomboya, followed by the late Robert Ouko, followed by the late President Mwai Kibaki, and I can go on. And some of us were becoming chairman in advanced years. So I'm very happy to accept this charter as Chancellor on behalf of the Management University of Africa. The university was started by the sponsors, I've said, and we received a letter of interim authority in the year 2011. The inaugural chairperson of the council was Engineer Michael Kamau, who I've seen out here. Michael Kamau is over there. And they made me the inaugural chancellor. And I'm so pleased that it has come to this, because I didn't want to leave the job when things that are vital have not been accomplished. So today, we are out here. And I wish to inform you, Your Excellency, that the niche of the university is management, leadership, entrepreneurship, and corporate governance. Since inception, the university has grown remarkably. It has increased its student number to 6,000, mainly at the Kisaju campus. Out there, we have increased faculty with several additional PhDs, professors, increases in numbers of programs, established partnerships with others who are like-minded, like the universities out in the USA, Japan, India, Europe, and several African countries. We have held 10 international conferences. We have had 10 graduation ceremonies, of which you, Your Excellency, presided over the 6th graduation out at Kisanju. You are most welcome again, Your Excellency, to visit us at our campus, and we are very proud of that facility, except for the road, particularly this season. Your Excellency, in our journey towards the award of the Charter, we have partnered with the Commission of University Education. And Your Excellency, these people are very serious, because four times they evaluated us, they inspected us. And I would try to use a little bit of my influence to talk to the chair out there and ask him, how did we perform? And there won't be a single leak. He would tell me, no, just wait for due diligence, due process. But I thank them for that. They have inspected us 4 times, like I've said. In 2015, 2018, 2020, I don't know why we didn't get through. We didn't make the mark in 2020. 2022, we all went to Kisaju. All of us, including the Chair Board of Trustees, Kenneth Yaumangi over there, others, the Chair, the CEO, Kenya Institute of Management, Degwa over there. So we went there and we sat and we wanted to be asked all manner of questions. And they asked us very many questions. And we attempted all of them. And in their own assessment, we made the mark in 2022. We take this opportunity to thank you, Your Excellency, for this award. We understand that operating with a charter comes with lots of responsibilities, including self-checking and strict adherence to rules and regulations, and upholding the highest standards in university education. We want to assure you, Your Excellency, that our university is committed and is ready for this task. In particular, we shall support your government's bottom-up agenda by impacting relevant knowledge and skills to Kenyan youth that will enable them become innovative job creators and entrepreneurs. We also train Kenyans on ethical leadership to support your government's fight against corruption. From our parent, KIM, we were trained to observe excellence and integrity, and this has been passed on to the university. I wish to thank those who have been with us along this journey. There are very many. They know themselves, and they are all out here. And I want to thank once again the CUE and the Ministry of Education for finding it fit to grant us this charter. I thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Chancellor. We take you through a rigorous time deliberately because we must protect the greatest resource that this country has, human resource. And we know His Excellency the President says that many times. And that credibility is important. So we take your rigorous time and we thank you that you do appreciate that that process is necessary. Your Excellency, may I now just invite the Vice Chancellor to come and read some goodwill messages. Make them short. Thank you.
Your Excellency the President, Honorable Machogu, the CS for Education, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, as the Vice Chancellor of the Management University of Africa, my task here is very simple, to acknowledge goodwill messages which we have received from our fellow universities and other organizations. There are so many, so I will only sample a few, Your Excellency. We received goodwill messages from Riara University. We also received goodwill messages from Catholic University of Eastern Africa. We received goodwill messages from University of Eastern Africa at Baraton. Your Excellency, we also received goodwill messages from Jomo Kenyatta University of Science and Technology. We also received messages from across Africa, from University of Ghana in Ghana. We received goodwill messages from Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology, also in Ghana. We received goodwill messages from Ghana University of Communication Technology. Your Excellency, we also received locally from Zetech University, and we also received goodwill messages from Ashasi University in Ghana. And so, Your Excellency, that is the list. We have many, but we don't want to read
all of them because of time. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for awarding us the charter, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you for allowing me to use this mic on this side. If you allow me now, I will invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education to come and make his remarks and take it from here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief, the Chancellors of the two universities, the Chairman of Council, the Vice Chancellors, the Principal Secretary, Higher Education, the Chairman Commission for University Education, and the CEO. Your Excellency, at the very outset, I wish to thank you for finding time out of your very busy schedule to preside over this occasion of awarding charters to Tangasa University and the Management University of Africa. Your Excellency, it is only a few months ago that you chartered the first ever online university in Kenya, and that is the Open University of Kenya. Just about 8 months down the line, we are now here to witness the grant of charters to these private universities, Your Excellency. This underlines your unwavering support to the advancement of tertiary and university education in our country. With the recent introduction of the new funding model, Your Excellency, your vision and dedication are already turning dreams into reality for hundreds to thousands of our students across our universities. Your Excellency, Tangasa University has been a constituent university of the Catholic University of Eastern Africa since 1997, while Management University has been operating with a rate of interim authority since 2011. The Commission for University Education has taken them through a very, very rigorous process to ensure that they adhere to the set standards and the regulations. From the initial application to preparing the grant for charter, universities must demonstrate robust governance structures, financial prudence, and comprehensive academic programs. This process underscores the commitment to quality education and responsible institution building. By fulfilling the stringent requirements, these two institutions have demonstrated their preparedness to nurture scholars, innovate in research, and contribute significantly to our nation's intellectual and human capital. Your Excellency, allow me to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the leadership of both institutions for their education and commitment reaching this remarkable milestone. Achieving the award of charter is not just a recognition of academic excellence, but also a testament to the relentless pursuit to create opportunities for providing knowledge, research, and innovation, and impacting the education sector and the society at large. We have no doubt that both universities are poised for a transformative future. These institutions will not only produce skilled professionals, but also foster a culture of critical thinking, research, and innovation, and also impact the society positively. Your Excellency, with these many remarks, it is now my singular and humble duty to invite you to make your remarks and award charters to Tangasa University and the Management University of Africa, which has already been done. Can we please be all upstanding as we invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Thank you very much. Let's take our seats. Chancellors present, chairs of council, council members, members of management, esteemed scholars, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to this very important solemn occasion and I wish to thank you for joining us today as we mark a significant milestone in Kenya's history towards educational excellence. Our nation has made substantial investment in education, which have yielded a global competitive workforce, a true testament of our dedication to development. Kenya possesses a unique competitive advantage enhanced by the capabilities of our people who drive growth across many sectors in our republic. This strength attracts investors, supports our robust service sector, and sustains our expansive diaspora community. Today, we stand united under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, a bold initiative that leverages our human resource to spur rapid economic growth and enhances the productivity of our labor force. At the heart of better is pivotal role of tertiary education in our national strategy. We foresee our universities becoming crucial engines of our economic transformation, focusing on research, innovation, and the expansion of knowledge. In recognition of their pivotal role, we are awarding charters to the Management University of Africa and Tangaza University, reaffirming our commitment to practical applied learning that prepares leaders across all sectors. With these additions, Kenya now proudly hosts 64 chartered universities, solidifying our status as a regional hub for higher education. However, our workforce is not done. We must continue striving to meet the ever-growing demand for higher education, with a focus on elevating those at the bottom of the social and economic pyramid through access to quality education. The challenges of COVID-19 pandemic have underscored the need for our universities to adopt global standards and emphasize online and virtual learning. The government is committed to supporting these initiatives through significant investments from the Ministry of Information, Communication, and Technology. We've just concluded a countrywide program to roll out 100,000 kilometers more of fiber optic across Kenya. We believe this piece of infrastructure is going to expand fiber optic capabilities to support our education, to support digital learning, to support e-commerce, and to support digital jobs. As universities think about the future, technology, innovation, ICT must be front and center of their focus. Today's event also highlights our ongoing efforts to make university education accessible to all Kenyans, from those who ride border borders to farmers, from market vendors through innovative mobile technology. It is crucial that we maintain inclusivity in our educational system to prevent marginalization in innovation, research, and community development as we aim to transform Kenya into an inclusive knowledge society. Education has enabled Kenya to secure global opportunities, as evidenced by the record diaspora remittance of Kenya shillings 671 billion last year, surpassing traditional exports. All our exports, whether it is tea, coffee, horticulture, the single human capital resource. And that's why I keep insisting to all of us that if there is one asset we have as a nation, it is our human capital. And education and training is the instrument we use to sharpen and to model that human capital so that we use it to drive our economic growth and our progress and prosperity as a nation. Education has enabled Kenya to achieve much To the newly chartered institutions, I urge you to promote access to affordable, quality education, integrate emerging technologies, and adhere to the high standards set by the Commission for University Education. I want to urge the Commission for Higher Education to insist on high standards and integrity. It is the single most important thing that we can do. If we want a society that is going to transcend many of the challenges that we have, we must get our education right. It is how we are going to get professional doctors, professional architects, professionals in all other fields, and it is how we are going to secure our nation going into the future. And therefore, the Commission for University Education has a cardinal mandate, almost sacrosanct, to make sure that our education, sharpening the single most important resource we have, our nation, our human capital, is up to the best standard possible. Mr. Chairman, I know you are seized of this matter, and I have confidence that you and your Commission will live up to the expectations of the people of Kenya. Curriculum development must be responsive to the industry needs, societal realities, and global trends, fostering innovative teaching and experimental learning. The granting of these charters today reaffirm our collective commitment to advancing excellence, innovation, and inclusivity in higher education. I call on all faculty and staff to remain dedicated to advancing knowledge and developing future leaders, nurturing the talents and aspirations of our students towards a future of limitless possibilities. To sustain this momentum, the government will continue investing in education through Higher Education Fund and various scholarships, ensuring that no student is left behind due to financial constraints. As the Minister said, we've rolled out a new higher education funding model. I'm very happy that we are getting positive feedback. There is some alignment to be done, and I decided that we are going to be honest with one another. For a long time, we made a commitment as government that we are going to fund 80% of every student's learning in the university. But in practice, we committed 40%. And therefore, there was a gap between the commitment of government on one side and the reality in the universities on the other. We decided that we are going to close this reality. We are going to close the commitment and the reality on the other side. And that's why we developed a new funding model where we decided that we are going to match what we say with what we do. That there are students, we are going to give 30% scholarship and not the 80 we committed. Because in our assessment, using empirical evidence, their sponsors or parents or guardians had the capability to pay the difference. And that's why we now have a graduated system from, I think, 30% to 80%. And we were sensitive to make sure that students from vulnerable families have the highest scholarship allocation so that we don't leave any student behind on account of the financial ability of their sponsors or parents. It is the only way we are going to make sure that we have an inclusive society and that we have sharing of burden in a manner that is equitable. As we celebrate these new charters, let us reflect on the transformative power of education in imparting values, fostering creativity, and inspiring purpose, all of which contribute significantly to national development. Excellence in higher education requires diligence and integrity. I urge the Commission for University Education to lead in implementing and maintaining the highest educational standards possible. to all stakeholders, I want to urge us, as we award these charters to these two universities, you today get the power and the authority to be able to discharge the responsibilities that these instruments and this charter gives to you. With authority, power comes responsibility. Responsibility to make sure that what you have committed to do indeed becomes the case. That there will be no shortcuts, that there will be no lowering of standards, that you are responsible. And with responsibility comes accountability, that you must be accountable for the graduates that exit from our universities, that they truly will be the men and women that have the qualifications that you will assign them on account of the processes that they will have attained and the marks and qualifications they will have attained in our universities. And that is why I announced the other day that we are going to be firm on making sure that it is only the papers you have acquired from recognized institutions that you will be allowed to profess. The era of fake degrees and fake certificates and the impunity that comes with it, that there are people who in broad daylight will walk to a government office and present certificates they never attained from nowhere. That level of impunity is unacceptable. And I hope that part of the teaching that will go on in our universities will be about the culture that we become as a society, the belief system, the values that we hold dear as a nation, so that we can deal with impunity in its entirety. Because the challenge we face as a nation most of the time is not because people don't know what is right. They do. But because of impunity, they decide to do the wrong thing. I think that is a societal problem we must deal with, we must speak out against, and we must collectively condemn and work towards making sure that we all live to the standards that we've set for ourselves. And therefore, let us embrace this journey with pride and optimism, committing to a future where education is valued from early childhood to university, driven by competence-based education, innovation, and inclusivity. I know that we have been read a long list of people who have congratulated these universities. Let me join that list and congratulate Management University of Africa and also congratulate Tangaza University on attaining this very high standard. And now you can discharge your responsibilities with the appropriate instruments in your custody. Thank you very much. I know this function delayed. I apologize. The cabinet meeting that we had in the context of the situation we face in the country took a bit long, or rather long, and therefore this function was delayed. I will try to pay back in a small way by offering lunch. Maybe that will mitigate my that situation. So thank you very much. May God bless you, and may God bless our great country. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We'll kindly request, as you congratulate the leadership, we'll quickly arrange some chairs there for a quick photo session. So, Your Excellency, welcome to congratulate the leadership as we put the position in place, the chairs in place. And the rest of us will maintain where you are. I will call you for the photo session as that happens very, very shortly.
Well, that was a short ceremony there at State House, Nairobi, in terms of awarding charters to Tangaza University and the Management University of Africa, spearheaded by none other than President William Ruto. The president said that he is satisfied with awarding the charters to both institutions under, of course, the University Act, and mark the day the 2nd of May 2024 is the day that Tangaza University and the Management of University of Africa have received their charters officially, and accompaniments with various instruments of authorities. First, the charter, signaling that that is the legal document that will be guiding both institutions. They have also received the maize that has been presented to both of the chancellors, who have just been anointed there as the chancellors of both institutions, as well as the logo of that particular institutions, or both of them, so that they can recognize the management of that particular institution, and then the seal to authorize the documentation of that particular institution. And then finally, both institutions have received accreditation report in terms of what they can change upon and some of the challenges that may arise in the future. The president underscoring that we need to tackle the fake degree issues, and of course has challenged the universities, given that there are 64 charters of universities according to various institutions across the country, to focus on in terms of this culture of impunity that needs to come to an end. You do remember that the Public Service Commission clearly stated that over 2,000 people in the public service are in possession of fake academic papers. The president has challenged those institutions to tackle that particular issue, and of course we'll have more for you in our subsequent bulletins. We do understand that our reporter John Jacob Kura is following on that particular story, but for now this is where I need to put a stop to what has been happening here in terms of current affairs, business as well as sports. My name is Abdiaziz. My co-anchor is Brian Muraru. Don't go too far. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on the Augusta House when it comes to the impeachment of Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mythical Linturi. For now, good afternoon and enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Watch the Mozartbet Cup as teams from both the top tier and low tier battle for the ultimate prize of representing the country in Africa's CAF Confederations Cup. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, beginning with a round of 16 matches, the quarter-final, semi-final and the final. Mozartbet Cup, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
In tree felling activities in Nairobi City County. The Honorable Senator Fonandi will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Labour and Social Welfare regarding the mismanagement and financial impropriety in the sports sector. The Honorable Senator Fonandi also will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads.
I'm informed that we do have quorum now. So, Clerk, proceed to call the first order, please.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Senator Fernandi, kindly take your seat. I pass this communication. Senator, you're out of order, Senator Fernandi.